जय हिंद दोस्तों, फिर से आपका स्वागत है हमारे इस वाजीराम एंड रवि के प्रीलिम्स क्विक रिवीजन सीरीज़ में, जो कि पार्ट 1 था, जो मई से लेकर दिसंबर 2023 तक का पूरा संस्करण था। और आप लोग डेट जानते थे 26 मई, जो कि अब बढ़ के जून हो गया है। तो यह हमारा मास्टर वीडियो होगा, जो कि 2.5 घंटे के आसपास का होना चाहिए। और इस मास्टर वीडियो में हम लोगों ने कई सारे सेक्शंस को डील किया है, और इसी तरह से मास्टर वीडियो हम पब्लिश करेंगे जिसमें बहुत सारे सेक्शन डील रहेंगे। तो आप लोग बस हमारे साथ बने रहें। अगर आप लोग हमारे चैनल पर नए हैं और अब तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया, तो प्लीज़ 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 इसे सब्सक्राइब करके हमें सपोर्ट करें। और यह हमारा मास्टर वीडियो पिछले वीडियोस के कंपाइलेशन होगा, तो आप लोग बस देखते रहें, इसे रिवीजन करें। जितना ज़्यादा बार रिवाइज करेंगे उतना ही अच्छा आपके लिए रहेगा, और उतना ही ईजी आप लोग एग्जाम में अपने आप को महसूस कराएंगे करंट अफेयर के सेक्शन में। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं हम लोग मास्टर वीडियो, जिसमें सारे वीडियो का कंपाइलेशन होगा। जय हिंद दोस्तों, आज हम लोग नए सिरे से एक नया अध्याय शुरू करने वाले हैं। यह वाजीराम एंड रवि का प्रीलिम्स क्विक रिवीजन है, जो 2024 का है। और यह पार्ट 1 है, जो मई से लेकर दिसंबर 2023 का पूरा इसका रिवीजन है। यह करीब 6 महीने का रिवीजन बुक है, क्विक रिवीजन बुक। और ये प्योरली बेस्ड है प्रीलिम्स के लिए, जो कि 26 मई 2024 को होने वाला है। तो इसमें बाजीराम एंड रवि ने कुछ अपने कंसर्न दिए हैं, तो वो क्या है पहले देख लेते हैं। तो कंसाइज प्रीलिम पॉइंटर है, जो कि जितने पॉइंटर सब इसमें है। स्पीडी रिवीजन ऑफ 1200+ टॉपिक्स का। फिर रिकॉर्ड ऑफ कवरिंग 80 to 90% ऑफ करंट अफेयर क्वेश्चंस आस्क्ड इन प्रीलिम्स फॉर लास्ट 2 years, ये इनका रिकॉर्ड है। कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव कवरेज ऑफ न्यूज़पेपर एंड PIB डायनेमिक एज वेल एज स्टैटिक टॉपिक्स। तो ये इनका निकाला हुआ क्विक रिवीजन बुक है, जो कि करीब काफ़ी लंबा बुक है, मतलब 450 पेजों का बुक है। इसमें लगभग हर चीज़ दिया हुआ है, जैसे आर्ट एंड कल्चर है, आर्ट एंड कल्चर के अंदर जितना भी है, फिर हेल्थ सोसाइटी से रिलेटेड है, फिर पॉलिटी एंड गवर्नेंस है, और जितना भी टॉपिक है मतलब करंट अफेयर का, वो सारा का सारा यहाँ पे है। और हम लोग इसे करने वाले हैं, ये करीब 450 पेज का। तो ये सीरीज़ काफ़ी लंबा चलने वाला है, करीब 1 महीने के आसपास चलने वाला है। तो उम्मीद करते हैं आप लोग हमारे वीडियो में बने रहेंगे, और यह पूरा रिवीजन कीजिएगा, ताकि आपका करंट अफेयर का एक भी सेक्शन नहीं छूटे, एक भी टॉपिक ना छूटे, और आप लोग प्री में काफ़ी अच्छा परफॉर्म कर पाएँ अपने लिए। यहाँ पे हर सेक्शन देख रहे हैं आप, साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी है, मतलब कोई भी ऐसा सेक्शन नहीं है जो अछूता रह गया है करंट अफेयर के लिहाज से। तो आप लोग बस वीडियो में बने रहें हमारे साथ, और हम लोग इसी तरह से करते रहेंगे। अगर आप लोग टॉपिक के बारे में आपको बताएं, तो इसमें काफ़ी सारे टॉपिक है। तो यह करीब आप लोग यहाँ पे देख रहे होंगे 436 पेज तक ये दिखा रहा है। तो काफ़ी मतलब मोटी बुक है ये, और हम लोग आपके साथ ये करने वाले हैं। तो शुरू करते हैं आर्ट एंड कल्चर से। इसमें है पहले इंपॉर्टेंट पर्सनालिटीज़। इसमें सबसे शुरू पहला है गोपाल कृष्ण गोखले के बारे में, जो कि 886 से लेकर 1915 इनका मतलब टेन्योर रहा पूरा। और ये बाइलिंगुअल होने वाला है, इंग्लिश और हिंदी दोनों में रहेगा। तो जो इंग्लिश मीडियम है उनके लिए भी यह लाभकारी होगा, और जो हिंदी मीडियम है उनके लिए तो ये उपयोगी है ही। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं। G.K. गोखले was an Indian political leader and a social reformer from Maharashtra during the Indian independence movement. तो ये महाराष्ट्र से बिलोंग करते थे इंडिपेंडेंस मूवमेंट में। He was also the political guru of महात्मा गांधी। वो महात्मा गांधी के पॉलिटिकल गुरु थे। Contribution to independence struggle. गोखले campaigned for Indian self rule and for social reform. तो उन्होंने होम रूल के लिए रिफॉर्म किया था, मतलब कैंपेन किया था। इन 1905 ही वॉज इलेक्टेड प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस बनारस सेशन। ही वॉज ऑल्सो एसोसिएटेड विद द पुणे सर्वनायक सभा। तो 1905 में वह इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस के अध्यक्ष भी रहते हैं बनारस सेशन के लिए। फिर आगे देखते हैं। बिटवीन 1899 एंड 1902 ही वॉज अ मेंबर ऑफ बॉम्बे लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल, फॉलोड बाई ए stint at the Imperial Legislative Council from 1902 till his death. At the Imperial Legislature, Gokhale played a key role in framing the Parliamentary Reform of 1909 and advocated for the expansion of Legislative Council at both the center and the provinces. Gokhale favored decentralization and the promotion of panchayat and taluka bodies. He also fiercely opposed the indentured labor system, raising the problems in the imperial legislature as well as Congress session. Academic contribution का देखते क्या है, तो he advocated free and compulsory primary education. He was a professor at the Ferguson College in Pune, where he taught political economy and history. In 1908, he founded the Granada Institute of Economics. जर्नलिस्ट कंट्रीब्यूशन में इसका देख लेते हैं, जर्नलिस्टिक कंट्रीब्यूशन में इनका, ही लॉन्च द इंग्लिश वीकली न्यूज़पेपर नेम्ड द हितवाद द पीपुल्स पेपर इन 1911, servant of Indian society. It was founded by him in Pune, Maharashtra in 1905 with the help of M.G. Ranade to further the expansion of education in India. The aim of the society was to train missionaries for the service of India. It also served to prepare a cadre of selfless workers who were to devote their life to the cause of the country in a religious spirit. तो यह गोखले के बारे में इतना था। अब रानी दुर्गावती। रानी दुर्गावती was born in 1524 in Mahoba's Chandela dynasty in Uttar Pradesh. June 24 is marked as a day of sacrifice when the queen is believed to have died while fighting the Mughal in the mid 16th century. Durgavati, however, was widowed in 1550, a few years after his marriage. Her young son Bir Narayan presided over the throne in name, and she ruled as a regent. During her reign, Durgavati fought with Baz Bahadur, the Sultan of neighboring Malwa, who were eventually defeated by Akbar. Abul Fazl, the court historian of Akbar, was chronicled these years in Akbarnama, described Durgavati as a combination of beauty, grace, and manlike courage and bravery. He further added that the prosperity of the kingdom was such that people paid their tax in gold coin and elephants. अगला है मिहिर भोज 1836 से 1885 AD. मिहिर भोज was a ruler of the Gurjana Pratihara dynasty. He succeeded his father Ramabhadra and was in power from 1836 until 1885 CE. Some of Bhoja's coin feature the term Adivara, which indicates that he was devotee of Vishnu. During his reign, Kannauj served as the state capital, which was known as Panchshila during this time. Mihir Bhoj's kingdom extended from Multan in the west to Bengal in the east and from Kashmir in the north to Karnataka in the south. Next is Bal Gangadhar Tilak 1885 to 1920. His famous declaration was Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. The British government termed him as the father of Indian unrest, and his followers gave him the title of Lokmanya, which means one who is respected by the people. He maintained that simple constitutional agitation was not enough against the British. Instead, he advocated boycott movement to fight imperial rule. Thus, Tilak and his supporters came to be known as the extremist wing of Indian National Congress. He was of the trio of Lal Bal Pal, other being Bipin Chandra Pal of Bengal and Lala Lajpat Rai of Punjab. Tilak proposed grand celebration of Ganesh Chaturthi and Shivaji Jayanti. He believed that these celebrations could bring a sense of unity and inspire a nationalist sentiment among Indians. Journalistic and literary contribution. Tilak published two newspapers, Maratha in English and Kesari in Marathi. Both newspapers stressed on making the Indian aware of glorious past and encouraged the masses to be self-reliance. Following killing of Plague Commissioner Rand in 1897 by Chapekar brothers, Tilak was imprisoned for 18 months on sedition charge for inciting murder. He wrote Gita Rahasya during the imprisonment. All India Home Rule League. Tilak founded the All India Home Rule League in 1916 along with Annie Besant. The goal of league was to achieve self-government in India. Tilak's league worked in areas like Maharashtra, excluding Bombay City, Karnataka, Central Province and Barar, and Annie Besant league worked in the rest of the India. Next is Matangini Hazara 1870 to 1942. She was leading one of the 5 batches of volunteer Vidyut Vahini during Quit India movement. Matangini Hazara actively joined the freedom struggle and was so influenced by Gandhiji's belief that she earned the name Gandhi Buri, the old Gandhian woman. Gandhi Buri. She was arrested for taking part in civil disobedience movement in 1930. In 1942, Hazara led a large procession of around 6,000 protesters with the aim to take over the Tamluk police station from British authorities. Aimed that conflict, Hazara was shot dead. Her death incited revolutionaries to establish their own parallel government in Medinipur, which functioned till 1944, which when it was disbanded by Gandhi's request. In 1977, the first statue of in the Kolkata Maidan dedicated to women revolutionary was that Mitangani Hazara. Next is Sri Alluri Sitarama Raju, 1898 to 1924. He was a prominent leader, Indian freedom fighter from Andhra Pradesh. He held for a tribal community called the Konda Dora or Konda Reddy community, Rampa Rebellion. The Forest Act of 1882 prohibited the collection of minor forest products like roots and leaves, and tribal people were forced to work for the colonial government, while the tribal were exploited by mut- muttadars, village headmen hired by the colonial government to extract rent. New laws and systems threatened their way of life. The tribal, along with muttadars, dissatisfied with the British curtailment of their powers, erupted into armed resistance led by Sitaram Raju, the Rampa or Mangyam Rebellion. In August 1922, the rebellion lasted until May 1924, when Raju, the charismatic Manyam Verudu of or the hero of jungle, was apprehended and executed. Next is Sri Aurobindo Ghosh, 1872 to 1950. Aurobindo Ghosh was an Indian philosopher, yoga guru, poet, and Indian nationalist. He was one of the founders of Anushilhan Samiti, which protested against the atrocities of British government. He was also charged in the Alipore Bombay case and sentenced to jail. He gave up active politics after his stint in jail and devoted himself to spiritualism. He reached Pondicherry in 1910. In 1926, with the help of his spiritual collaborator, Mira Alfasa, referred to as the Mother, Sri Aurobindo Ashram was found. His main literary work are the Life Divine, Synthesis of Yoga, and Savitri, a legend and a symbol. Next is Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, 1817 to 1898. Syed Ahmad Khan was a leading Muslim social reformer. He was deeply impressed by modern scientific thought and dedicated his life in reconciling it with Islam. He declared the Quran as the sole authoritative work for Islam, considering all other writing as secondary. He interpreted the Quran in the light of contemporary religious rationalism and science. He urged people to develop critical thinking and freedom of thought, emphasizing that civilized life required freedom of thought. He established the Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College in 1985, which later became the Aligarh Muslim University. He emphasized raising the status of women in society, advocating for the removal of parda and promoting education among women. He also criticized practices like polygamy and easy divorce. In the initial phase, he stood for Hindu-Muslim unity and was nationalistic in his point of view. In his later year, he discouraged the followers. He discouraged his followers from participating in the national movement started by Congress. Next is Guru Tegh Bahadur, 1621 to 1675. Guru Tegh Bahadur was born in Amritsar in 1921 to Mata Nanki and Guru Hargobind, the sixth Sikh Guru, who raised the army against the Mughal and introduced the concept of warrior saint. As a boy, he was called Tyag Mal because of his ascetic nature. His bravery and heroic swordmanship in the battle earned him the name of Tegh Bahadur. Tegh is sword in Punjabi. He contributed many hymns to Guru Granth Sahib, including the sloks or couplets. He is regarded as the savior Guru and he resisted the forced conversion of non-Muslim to Islam. His martyrdom is remembered as the Shahid Divas every year on November 24. Next is Lachit Borpahar, 1622 to 1672. Born in 1622, Lachit Borpukon led the Ahom troops which fight and defeated the advancing Mughal troops at the Battle of Sarighat on the outskirts of Guwahati in 1671. Borphukan is also considered as the inspiration behind strengthening India's naval force and revitalizing island water transport and creating infrastructure associated with it. Since 1999, the Lachit Borphukan Gold Medal has been awarded to the West Cadet for the National Defense Academy. Next section is fair and festivals. उसमें पहला है बिहान मेला. The Kohn tribe in Odisha's Nayagar district has introduced the Bihan Mela, a seed festival, to their calendar of celebration. This event, which began in 219, mimics a traditional market where farmers exchange seed. Farmers from 40 villages participate in this event, which began after harvesting kharif crop, including hybrid and indigenous varieties of paddy, millet, maize, and sorghum. Women collect seed and store them in clay pots, which are decorated with red and white design and carried to the fair. Since the Green Revolution, farmers have abandoned native crop and have shifted to monoculture crop, cash crop, affecting their food security and soil quality. The seed festival aims to help farmers return to their traditional farming method. Khond tribe, उसके बारे में देख लेते थोड़ा. The Khond are the largest tribe group in the state of Orissa. They are known for their rich culture heritage, material tradition, and indigenous values, which are based on harmony with nature. Traditionally, hunter-gatherers, they are divided into the hill-dwelling Khonds and plain-dwelling Khond for census purposes, but the Khond themselves identify by their specific clans. Khond usually hold large tract of fertile land but still practice hunting, gathering, and slash and burn agriculture in the forest as a symbol of their connection to and as an assertion to their ownership of the festival wherein they dwell. Khond speak the Kui language, which is Dravidian language and is written in Odia script. Next is Karchi Puja. It is centered around the worship of ancestral deities of the Tripuri people. It is also called the festival of 14 gods. The word Karchi is derived from two Tripuri words, Khar or Kharta, meaning sin, and Chi or Si means cleaning. It is believed that the mother goddess of Tripura, Sundari, the presiding deity of land who protects the people of Tripura, menstruates during the time of Ambubhachi. Hence, Kharchi Puja is observed to ritualistically clean the earth after her menstruation is over and wash away the sin of the people in the land. The festival involves the construction of the Chaturdasha Mandapa, which symbolizes the royal palace of the Tripuri king and is constructed out of bamboo and thatched roof. Next is Umesha and Utkarsh festival. The two events were jointly organized by Sangit Natak Akademi and Sahitya Academy in association with the Culture Department, Madhya Pradesh. Utkarsh is a national festival of folk and tribal expression. It means progress, and the festival is held in the spirit that the progress of the tribal group will lead to the progress of the country. Umesha is India's most inclusive and Asia's largest literature festival in terms of number of languages represented. Sangeet Natak Academy is the apex body in the field of performing art and art in the country. The chairman of the academy is appointed by the President of India for a term of 5 years. It is presently an autonomous body of the Ministry of Culture. Sahitya Academy, India's National Academy of Literature, is the central institution for literacy, dialogue, publication, and promotion in the country. It is the only institution that undertakes literacy activity in 24 Indian languages, including English and Rajasthani, apart from 22 languages enumerated in the constitution. It also gives a special award called Bhasha Samman to significant contribution to their languages. Next is Adi Perukku festival. The festival is celebrated in Tamil Nadu to show the gratitude to the mother nature and monsoon god for providing uninterrupted supply of butter. As per Tamil calendar, this festival is celebrated on 18th day of Adi month, which marks the beginning of the monsoon season in Tamil Nadu. On this auspicious day, Mother Nature is worshipped in the form of Aman deities. This day is celebrated as Pathin, Patintam Perukku. Patintam or Patintam means 18 and Perukku means rising. Next is Nadi Utsav. The fourth Nadi Utsav was organized by the National Mission on Culture Mapping NMCM of Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts RGNCA on the bank of river Yamuna. The event is an attempt to document riverine culture, its tradition, ritual and water wisdom. IGNCA has been organizing the Nadi Utsav since 2018. The inaugural event was held in Nasik on the bank of river Godavari, second on the bank of river Krishna and third on the bank of river Ganga. IGNCA was established in 1987 as a government-funded art organization in India. It is an autonomous institute under the Ministry of Culture. Next is Kati Bihu. It is celebrated in Assam annually on the first day of Kati month. In the Assamese calendar, the Bihu festival has agriculture significance and mark different farming cycle stages. Kati Bihu, also known as Kongali Bihu, occurs when rice saplings and are transplanted. The name Kongali Bihu is derived from the fact that during this period, the granaries are typically empty and there's little left to consume. A special lamp called Akash Banti or sky candle is lit in Paddy festival. Next is Bhattukama festival. Bhattukama is a flower festival celebrated by women of Telangana and some part of Andhra Pradesh. Bhattukama is a beautiful flower stack arranged with different unique seasonal flowers, most of them with medicinal values in 7 concentric layers in the shape of a temple gopuram. In Telugu, Bhattukama means mother goddesses come alive. During the entire preceding week, women make Bodamma, a deity of Gauri, Mother Durga, along with Bhattukamma. Next is Raj Prabha, also called Mithuna Sankranti, is a multi-day festival which is celebrated in Odisha to bring prosperity in agriculture field and also to celebrate womanhood. The festival is dedicated to Basu Mata, the earth goddesses, and during the festival all the agriculture activities are stopped to allow the goddesses to rest. It is believed that during the period the goddesses undergoes her menstrual cycle. The festival is mostly celebrated by girls, women and children. Girls are forbidden from all kind of manual work during these days of festival. In many villages, night yatra and Gotipura dance are performed by artists. Next is Ambubachi Mela. Ambubachi is one of the major festivals of Northeast India. It is held at Kamakhya Temple of Guwahati in the state of Assam. It is also been dubbed as the Mahakumbh of the East. It is celebrated during the monsoon season that happened to fall during the Assamese month Ahar around June. This Mela is also known as Amethi or Tantric fertility festival since it is closely associated with Tantric Shakti cult prevalent in eastern part of India. The festival has been associated with fertility rituals and many devotees come to seek the blessing for a child from the goddesses. During the festival, the patron goddess Kamakhya is said to be undergoing her annual menstrual cycle, hence, the temperature remains closed for 3 days. Kheer Puja. Kheer means ossetry. ossetry. This puja is celebrated after 14 days of Karchi Puja. During Kheer, a particular area is demarcated. This area is bounded by the Kheer symbol. The road to the entry or exit is totally blocked by the symbols. Before the Kheer Puja is started, all the dying person or expectant mother are shifted to the neighboring village. Once Kheer is started, then no one shall be allowed to go out of the area. Next section is architecture, and the first is Tungnath Temple. The central government issued a notification declaring the temple of Tungnath as a monument of national importance. It is located at Rudraprayag, Uttarakhand. It is the highest Shiva temple in the world. It is the it is the third of the five Panchkedras: Kedarnath, Madhya Mahaveshwar, Tungnath, Rudranath, or Kalpanath of Uttarakhand. The temple is believed to have been built by Adi Shankaracharya. Another is Konark Wheel. A replica of Konark Wheel from the Sun Temple in Orissa Puri served as the backdrop of G20 summit. The Konark Sun Temple was built in 13th century by King Narsimha Dev I of the Eastern Ganga dynasty. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It follows the Kalinga or Oriya style of architecture, which is subset of the Nagara style of Hindu temple architecture. The Konark Chakra represents the wheel of the sun god's chariot. The wheel has 24 spokes, which can be used as a sundial. By observing the shadow cast of spokes, one can determine the approximate time of day. The temple was called the Black Pagoda in European sailor accounts. Similarly, the Jagannath temple in Puri was called the White Pagoda. Idakkal Caves. Located in Wayanad in Kerala, the Idakkal Cave are among the oldest human settlement ever discovered. Despite their name, Idakka Cave are not actually caves, they are part of prehistoric rock shelter. The name Idakka itself means a stone in between. Inside the cave are pictorial drawing and engraving that indicate the presence of ancient human settlement in the region. The oldest among them date back to 6000 BC at the age of Stone Age. Next is sacred in symbols of Hoysalas. Three temple of Hoysala has been inscribed by UNESCO World Heritage Site. These include Chinnakeshwar Temple at Belur, the Hoysala Temple in Helubudi, Helebidu, and the Keshava Temple in Somnathpuram village. Hoysalas. This began as provincial governor under the Western Chalukyas, held power in Karnataka from the 10th century to the 14th century. The capital of Hoysalas was initially located at Vellore but was later moved to Halebidu for or Dwarsamudra. One notable feature of Hoysala architecture is the use of soapstone, a malleable stone that is easy to carve. The temples are generally built on stellate star-shaped platform. Next is Chausat Yogini Temple. It is believed that design of the old parliament building was inspired by Chausat Yogini Temple located in Madhya Pradesh. The temple is circular with 64 chambers dedicated to 64 yogini and a central shrine dedicated to Shiva. It was built around 1323 by King Devapala of Kachapahita dynasty. It is hypothetical, which means it has no roof and no शिखराज. Another section is literature. और उससे पहला है विनायक पिटाका. It is first of the three division of Tripitaka. Triple basket, the definitive canonical celebration of a sculpture of the Triveda Buddhism. The other two parts of Tripitaka are Sut Pitak and Abhidham Pitak. The Vinay Pitak consists of three parts. Sutabhibhanga, rules for monk and nuns. Kandaka, 22 chapters of various topics. Pravira, analysis of rules from various point of view. Domestic democratic roots in Vinay Pitak. In the context of India's new parliament building inauguration, parallels were drawn to the speech of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in 1948, where he remarked how aspect of democracy was not imported from British but located in Indian history itself. In the speech, he said that reference of democratic setup in India can be found in Vinay Pitaka. He said that Vinay Pitaka regulated meeting of the Bhikshus Sangh, the monk, and there was the well-known rule that no debate could take place except on neti motion. There could be no debate held unless there was a motion, and no vote could be taken unless a motion was put. There was also a system of sacred ballot where the bhikkhus could drop his salpatrika in the ballot box. नेक्स्ट इज नेशनल मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट बिल 2023. और इस बिल में क्या आइए देख लेते हैं. ए मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट इज अ हैंड रिटन composition of paper, bark, cloth, metal, palm leaf, or any other material dating back at least 75 years and has significant scientific, historical context and aesthetic value. India possesses an estimated 10 million manuscripts in 80 ancient script in Brahmi, Kushan, Gaudi, Lepcha, and Maithili. The Bakshali manuscript, an ancient Indian mathematical text written on birch bark, is considered to be the earliest recorded example of the use of zero. The bill envisaged setting up the 10-member National Manuscript Authority (NMA) as an apex policy-making body for manuscript. It will have the Union Minister of Culture as a chairperson. National Mission for Manuscripts. It was established in 2003 by the Ministry of Tourism and Culture with the aim to unearth and preserve the vast manuscript wealth of India. The motto of the mission is conserving the past for the future. The mission focuses on locating manuscript through surveys, documentation, conservation, and to train the next generation of scholars. It has digitalized 3.3 lakh manuscript containing about 3.1 crore foils. It has also uploaded 1.18 lakh manuscript, and he made available online about 70,000 manuscript for public access. Next is Ganaya Muyarchi palm manuscript from the 18th century titled Ganana Muyarchi has been discovered in an Armenian monastery in northern Italy. The findings highlight the rich history and the cultural exchange between different regions during that time. The manuscripts are written in Tamil, showcasing the influence of the language and its spread beyond its homeland. They offer valuable insight into the time period that organized from providing a first-hand account on the social, literary, and religious practices during that era. Next, अगला है भारतीय भाषा समिट. The summit was organized as part of Bharatiya Bhasha Utsav, jointly by the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and their constituent institution. The summit aimed to facilitate a seamless transition from the current education system to one rooted in Bharatiya language. In line with the National New Education Policy 2020 vision, the government has proposed to celebrate the birthday of renowned Tamil poet and freedom fighter Mahakavi Chinnaswamy Subramaniam Bharti as भारतीय भाषा दिवस 11 दिसंबर। और यहाँ पे हमारा ये सेक्शन खत्म होता है। अगला सेक्शन स्कल्पचर का शुरू होता है। इसमें पहला सेंगोल, ए हिस्टोरिक सेप्ट्री called Singol has been installed in the new parliament building. Singol is derived from the Tamil word simai, meaning righteousness. Pandit Nehru accepted Singol on August 14, 1947 through the Adinam of Tamil Nadu. It was as a sign of shift of power from Britishers to the people of India. In the tradition of Chola dynasty, the symbol for the transfer of power used was the handover of Senol from the king to the successor. The sculpture has a Nandi, Lord Shiva's sacred bull, on the top, symbolizing justice. Chola dynasty. The dynasty was founded by King Vijayalaya, described as the feudatory of the Pallavas, and stretched across present-day Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and part of Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. The achievement of the Chola dynasty were the naval power and building magnificent temple like the Brihadeshwara temple in Tanjavur. Next is Nataraj at G20 summit. A magnificent 27-feet Nataraja, the tallest statue of Lord Shiva dancing from form in the world, was placed at the G20 summit at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. It has been constructed using the lost wax casting method. The design of this Nataraja at the summit is inspired by three Nataraja idols: the Lain Nataraja temple in Chidambaram, the Uman Maheshwara temple in Koneri Rajapuram, and Brihadeshwara temple, a UNESCO World Heritage Site at Tanjavur. Nataraja, it is description of Lord Shiva as the divine cosmic dancer. The dance performed by Nataraja is called Tandava. The image of Nataraja is encircled in a Prava Mandala, that is the circle of fire. Next is Dancing Girl figure of Mohenjo-daro. It is a prehistoric bronze sculpture made in lost wax casting about 23 to 1750 BC in Mohenjo-daro of Indus Valley civilization. It describes a nude young woman or a girl with stylized ornaments standing in a confident naturalistic pose. The statue was excavated by British archaeologist Ernest Mackay in 1926. It signifies that people of Indus Valley knew metal blending and casting. Also, it indicates the entertainment, especially dance, was part of the culture. Lost wax casting technique, also known as investment casting. It is the process by which a single metal object is cast from wax model. Lost wax casting, building a mold around a sacrificial wax model. After the mold investment is set, the wax is milled out and form a cavity where the metal or a glass flows in. Other art form में है लंबानी art. At one of G20 meeting in Hampi, a Guinness World Record was created for the largest display of Lambani atom, with a total of 1755 items. Lambani embroidery is a vibrant and intricate form of textile decoration characterized by colorful threads. Lambani craft tradition involves skillfully stretching together small pieces of discarded fabric to create a beautiful fabric. The embroidery tradition of Lambanis are shared with textile tradition across Eastern Europe, West and Central Asia. This refers to the movement of nomadic communities across such region historically, forming a shared artistic culture. Lambanis, also called Lambadis or Banjaras, were nomadic tribes who came from Afghanistan to Rajasthan and have now spread themselves across Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Rajasthan, MP, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. Artwork presented Greece. The Indian Prime Minister recently presented several artwork and traditional item to Greek counterpart. Meghalaya shawl. They were originally woven from for the Khasi and Jaintia royalty who considered them a symbol of their power and status. Their intricate design and vibrant color were a reflection of royal family wealth and prestige. Dokra art. It is one of the India's prehistoric art form. One of the earliest expression of this ancient art is a dancing girl artifact found from Mohenjo-daro and Harappan excavation. It is named after the Dokahar Damar, a nomadic Indian tribe indigenous to the central and eastern region of the country. It involved the use of non-ferrous metal casting through low wax casting method. Bidri artware. Bidri is a form of metal handicraft. It was developed in the 14th century during the rule of the Brahmini Sultana. Next is Polikali. Polikali tiger dance is one of the folk art form of Kerala. One of the fourth day of Onam festival, artists paint their bodies like tiger with stripes of yellow, red, black and dance to the rhythm of traditional percussion instruments such as takil, udukku and chinda. The main theme of this folk art is tiger hunting with participants playing the role of tiger and hunter. Onam is one of the important festivals of Kerala that celebrates rich harvest. It is also celebrated to pay homage to legendary King Mahabali homecoming. Onam is celebrated in the Chingam month, which marks the beginning of Malayalam calendar. Next is Thrived Artisanal Treasure at G20 Summit. उसका हम लोग नेक्स्ट पेज में करेंगे. दैट विल बी डन इन अनदर वीडियो. फॉर टुडे वी कंक्लूड इट हेयर. और इसके आज हम लोग यहीं पे समाप्त करते हैं. आज ये पहला वीडियो लेक्चर था और ये इसी तरह से कंटिन्यू चलते रहेगा जब तक हम ये पूरा बुक कंप्लीट नहीं कर लेते. तो आप लोग हमारे साथ बने रहेंगे और इस पूरे बुक को कंप्लीट कीजिएगा और अपना तैयारी और अच्छे से कीजिएगा. मिलते हैं आपसे अगले वीडियो लेक्चर में. तब तक के लिए रिवाइज करते रहिए, देखते रहिए. जितना ज़्यादा बार देखिएगा उतना ही लाभ होगा. और इस वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर करें उन लोगों तक जो इस बार के 2024 के यूपीएससी प्रीलिम्स देने वाले हैं. उनको तक इस वीडियो को जरूर पहुंचाएं और आप हमें कमेंट बॉक्स में ज़रूर बताएं आपको हमारी ये पहल कैसी लग रही है. तो मिलते हैं आपसे अगले वीडियो लेक्चर में. तब तक के लिए जय हिंद, जय भारत. जय हिंद दोस्तों, फिर से आपका स्वागत है हमारे इस विजन वाजीराम एंड रवि के इस क्विक बुक रिवीजन सीरीज़ में, जिसमें प्रीलिम क्विक बुक रिवीजन कर रहे हैं. यह पहला पार्ट है बुक का, जिसमें मई 2023 से लेकर दिसंबर 2023 तक का पूरा एक कंसोलिडेशन है. और इसमें हम लोग पहला सेशन कर चुके थे जिसमें हम लोग आर्ट एंड कल्चर से शुरू किए थे और कई सारे टॉपिक्स हो गया था. जैसे हम लोग इंपॉर्टेंट पर्सनालिटीज़ कर लिए थे, फेयर्स एंड फेस्टिवल्स हो गया था, आर्किटेक्चर हो गया था, लिटरेचर हो गया था, स्कल्पचर हो गया था और अदर आर्ट फॉर्म्स कर रहे थे. उसी तरह से आज कंटिन्यू करेंगे. मिसलेनियस होगा, फिर सोसाइटी में शुरू करेंगे, हेल्थ, फिर एजुकेशन, और इसी तरह से अब पूरा सीरीज़ कंटिन्यू रहेगा. और हम लोग इसमें पूरा का पूरा ये बुक करने वाले. ये बुक करीब 450 पेज का है, तो आप लोग इसे टेंशन मत लीजिए कैसे मतलब होगा. ये हम और आप मिलकर साथ में कर लेंगे. आप बस हमारे साथ वीडियो में बने रहें और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें. अगर आप लोग हमारे चैनल पर नए हैं और अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो सब्सक्राइब करके हमें सपोर्ट करें और हमारे साथ जुड़े रहें और हम आपके पूरा का पूरा ये रिवीजन करवा के रहेंगे. तो आइए शुरू करते हैं आज का हमारा टॉपिक से. आज का हमारा टॉपिक यहाँ पे शुरू होगा, ट्राइफेड आर्टिजनल ट्रेजर एट G20 समिट। बस आपसे ये अनुरोध है कि कमेंट बॉक्स में हमें जरूर बताएंगे आपको हमारी ये पहल कैसी लग रही है और आप इससे कितने लाभान्वित हो रहे हैं। वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर करें उन दोस्तों तक जो इस बार के यूपीएससी सीएसई 2024 का फॉर्म भरने वाले हैं। उन तक इस वीडियो को जरूर से जरूर पहुँचाएं ताकि उनका रिवीजन अच्छे से हो सके, क्योंकि आपको भी पता है करंट अफेयर काफ़ी बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंस रखता है और काफ़ी बड़ा शेयर रहता है करंट अफेयर का यूपीएससी में प्रीलिम्स में। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं। G20 summit witnessed India's rich tribal heritage and art craft presented by TriFed, Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India, Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Longpai poetry. Tangkhul Naga tribes practice this poetry system. Unlike most poetry, Longpi does not use the potter's wheel. All shaping is done with the hand with the help of mulks. Chandigarh wind flutes, counted by the Gond tribe of Bistar. The Sulur bamboo wind flute is a unique musical creation. It produces melodious through a simple one-hand twill. Next is Gond painting. Painting made by the Gond tribe show their deep connection to nature and tradition. Next is Gujarat hanging, curtailed by the Bhil and Patelia tribe in Dahod. Gujarati wall hanging are rooted in ancient Gujarat art form. Sheep wool stoles. They are crafted by Bodh, Bhutia and Gujar Bakarwal tribe from Himachal Pradesh and Jammu Kashmir. अगला है Araku Valley coffee. It comes from Araku Valley in Andhra Pradesh. This coffee is renowned for its unique flavor, aroma, purity, sustainable culture practices. अगला है राजस्थानी आर्टिजरी. It considered of glass, mosaic poetry, minakari, art of decorating metal surface and metal ambabari craft created by the Meena tribe. अगला है Mailara cult. The discovery of two sculptures in the Udupi district of Karnataka has proved that the ancient Malara cult existed in the coastal region. Malara is a folk deity identified as a manifestation of Lord Shiva. This deity is also commonly known as Mailara in Karnataka and Khandova in Maharashtra. This cult is prevalent in South India, including Karnataka, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. Next is Cham Lama dance. Cham was introduced in 8th century by Padma Sabhava, who introduced Tantric Buddha in Tibet to subjugate the local demon with who were obstructing the construction of monastery. The dance is also known as God dance. Is performed by Buddhist. Monk is a unique to tribal Buddhism. For them, performing this dance is a form of offering. During the dance, monk impersonate deities and protectors. Monk in colorful custom wear mask and they dance to the music played for traditional instruments such as ritual drum. अगला Kulattam dance. The Kulattam dance was recently performed in Andhra Pradesh during the children's festival. Kol means a small stick and Attam means play. Hence it is a play of or dance performed with stick. Kulattam dance is one of the most popular dance in Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. This dance form is also known as Kolkolanu or Kollanalu. It is part of a religious offering where women dances pay homage to the temple goddess. It is predominantly a dance of women. Men mostly keep up the role as drummer or play the music. अगला है Sithakali folk dance. It is a unique centuries-old folk art form that is believed to have originated as Perinade in the Kollam district of Kerala. This is practiced by Vedar and Puliyar communities. It is based on episodes of the Indian epic Ramayana. This character of Rama and Lakshmana appear in green since the color is used to represent god and goddesses in Kathakali. The props and instruments used during the performance are all made of natural material like bamboo and palm leaves. Next is Mewar School of Painting. The emergence of Mewar School is associated with a set of Ramlila painting painted at Chawand in 1607 by the artist named Nasiruddin. The early Mewar painting was dominated by Sahibuddin, which focuses on his description of literary text Ragamala, the Ramayana, the Bhagavata Purana. Mewar painting in the 18th century increasingly becomes secular and contrary in ambience. The unique feature was the tamasha painting that shows court ceremonial and city views. Now the next topic is miscellaneous. उसके अंदर है जल्लीकट्टू एंड कंबाला. Jallikattu originated from Tamil word jalli and kattu, referring to silver or gold coin tied to the bull's horn. Its first reference date back to a seal discovered at Mohenjo-daro, which is dated between 2500 BC and 1800 BC. During that time, it is called Iru Tajuval, which means embracing the bull. It is a bull taming sport traditionally played in Tamil Nadu as part of Pongal harvest festival. On this occasion, people worship the sun god for abundant agriculture crop. Kangayam, Pulikullam, Ambal, Ambalsari, Burgur, and Malai Madhu are among some native cattle breed reared for Jallikattu. Jallikattu also find mention in Shilpadikaram, one of the greatest Tamil epic from the Sangam age. Kambala is a buffalo race held during the harvest festival dedicated to an incarnation of Lord Shiva. अगला है टंकी मेथड. The Ministry of Culture and the Indian Navy have signed an MOU to revive 2000-year-old technique of shipbuilding known as Tankai method. This ship, constructed by stitching wooden panels together rather than using nail, offering flexibility and durability, making them less susceptible to damage from shoals and sandbars. Significance: it aims to install a sense of pride in Indian rich maritime heritage among all its citizens. Next is Meri Mati Mera Desh. The Union government launched the Meri Mati Mera Desh campaign as a culminating event of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrating 75 years of Indian independence. Under this initiative, young volunteers collected soil from every panchayat village and brought it to the block where the mitti kalash was transported to Delhi. The mitti, soil from all parts of the country, was utilized to develop a unique garden called the Amrit Vatika with the planting of indigenous spices. Next is Namda project. The Namda craft of Kashmir is being revived under Skill India pilot project with more than 2000 candidates receiving training in the dyeing art form. Due to low availability of raw material, lack of skilled manpower, and marketing technique, the export of this craft has declined almost 100% between 1998 to 2008. Namda craft is a rug made of sheep wool through fleeting technique instead of normal weaving process. It is believed that a Sufi saint named Shah-e Hamdan introduced Namda art to the Kashmiris. Namda have been practiced by Pinjaras and Mansuri community and Sema Muslim in Kutch. Although people working on this wool craft can be found across India, they are mainly seen in Rajasthan, Himachal Pradesh, and Kashmir. Next is geographical indication tags, GI tags. 7 different products from Uttar Pradesh were recently given GI tag. Ambora Dolak. It is a musical instrument made of natural wood. Mango, jackfruit, and teak wood are preferred for making dholaks. Bhagpat home furnishing. Exclusive handloom home furnishing product and running fabric in cotton yarn. बाराबंकी हैंडलूम प्रोडक्ट. अगला है कल्पाई हैंडलूम पेपर. नेक्स्ट इज महोबा गौरा पत्थर हस्तशिल्प. It is a stone craft. Gora stone craft is made of radiant white colored stone that is predominantly found in this region. Next is Manipuri Tarkash. It is primarily brass wire inlay work on wool. It is mainly used for khados, wooden sandal, a necessity for every household since leather was considered unclear. Next is Sambhal horn craft. Now, what is GI tag? A GI is a sign used on products that have a specific geographical origin and possess qualities or a reputation that are due to their origin. The tag stand valid for 10 years. Nodal agency, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Next is Pahari Padai tribe. Pahari is a primarily a linguistic group forming 8.16% of Jammu Kashmir population. It includes Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, and Kashmiri origin people. Paharis were also considered a linguistic group, Pahari speaking people, and were thus unable to fulfill the requisite criteria to be considered as ST. Padha- Pahari's homeland is spread over Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, and Jammu Kashmir. Khadi Rakshas Shoot. The Khadi and Village Industry Commission KVIC has launched Khadi Rakshas Shoot to commemorate the Raksha Bandhan. It was introduced under the agencies of Ministry of MSME. This product is entirely natural without any chemical additive. It includes basil, tomato, brinjal seed and that further enhance its composition. The idea behind this is that when on deposed disposed of into the earth, it will spout up to basil, tomato, and brinjal plants. KVIC, it is stationary body under KVIC Act 1956. It came under the Ministry of MSME. Next is Independence Day address from Red Fort. The Red Fort is an integral part of India's Independence Day celebration. To understand why it was chosen, it is important to know how Delhi became the seat of power in India, capital of Hindustan. It was under the Delhi Sultanate 2006 to 1206 to 1526 that Delhi became a major capital city from where a large part of North India was ruled. Though the Mughal under Akbar shifted this capital to Agra for some time, they continued to be seen as the ruler of Delhi. Finally, under Shah Jahan, Delhi became the Mughal capital once again with the establishment of Shahjahanabad in 1648. The Mughals continued to rule from the Shahjahanabad, more popularly known as Red Fort, till 1857, the stamping of British imperial authority over the Red Fort. After capturing Delhi from the rebels in 1857, the palace was converted into British garrison and the famed Diwan-e-Am into a hospital. Co-opting Delhi's symbolic authority, the city renamed a strong symbol of authority in India with British organizing Grand Delhi Darbar in 1877, 1903 and 1911. The British finally decided to shift their capital to Delhi from Calcutta in 1911, reclaiming the Red Fort. The highly public INA trials were held at Red Fort. The trial finally established the Red Fort as a symbol of power and resistance in the mind of Indian Republic. It is this context Nehru decided to hoist the flag over the Red Fort in 1947. Baghanak. Next is Baghanak. Maharashtra Culture Affairs Ministry signed an MOU with Victoria and Albert Museum in London to bring back Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj legendary Baghanak to the state. Literally meaning tiger claw. The Baghanak is a medieval claw-like dagger which was used across the Indian subcontinent. Its most famous use come from the story of Afzal Khan killing by Shivaji. Khan was a general of Bijapur Adil Shahi Sultanate. Shivaji sensed deceit during a meeting with Afzal Khan and came prepared. Under his robes he wore chainmail and had hid a bagnak in his sleeve. The bagnak reached London via James Grant Duff, an East India Company officer who served as a Satara State Company resident. Next is Juna Khatia site. It is an early Harappa burial site located in Lakhpat Tulka Taluka of Kutch district in Gujarat. This is biggest early Harappa cemetery documented in India so far. The burials show diverse burial practices in the form of inhumation and symbolic burials with early Harappan Sindh type poetry. Pottery from the burial is a various shape like pots, jars, basin, dishes, balls, bottles, bakers, and lid. Another distinctive feature include bakers and other small vessels found within large vessels. Next is Gongadi shawls. Gongadi, known as kambal, is a woolen blanket woven by Kuruma pas- pastoralist communities from wool of indigenous Deccani sheep found in Telangana. The basket has also been used by Indian armed forces to beat harsh winter at the borders. One of the unique natures of Gangodi is that it does not fade but grows darker in time. It is said to be so strong that a fully grown bull can be lifted off the ground with it. The traditional Gongadi is produced organically without using any dye, either natural or synthetic. Sizing of the string is done using the paste of soaked and cooked tamarind seeds. Next is Jatan Virtual Museum Builder. It is a digital collection management system of Indian Museum. It is designed by Human Centers Design and Computing Group Pune. It is a client server application with features such as image cropping, watermarking, unique numbering, and management of digital objective with multimedia representations. It can create 3D virtual galleries and provide public access through web, mobile, and touchscreen kiosk. As of now, Jatan software is successfully deployed in 10 national museums across India as standardized by the Ministry of Culture. Gandhi Peace Prize 2021. It is an annual award instituted by Government of India in 1995 on the occasion of 125th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. The award is open to all people regardless of nationality, race, language, caste, creed, or gender. The prize can be given to institutions, individuals, and organizations. For 2021, it was conferred to Gita Press, Gorakhpur. Gita Press was established in 1923 and it is one of the world's largest publishers, having published 41.7 crore books in 14 languages, including 60.21 crore Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Next is Bastille Day and French Revolution. The Bastille Day military parade is also known as the 14 July military parade. Is a French military parade that has been held on the morning of 14 July each year in Paris since 1880. July 14 is the anniversary of storming of Bastille prison in 1789, a crucial point in French Revolution. The day is marked as the National Day of France. Reason for French Revolution include no representation in administration for common people, entrapment of feudalism, wave of bankruptcy, along with the crucial role of intellectuals in awakening the masses. The French Revolution is remembered for propagating the idea of liberty, equality, and fraternity, which are also enshrined in Indian Constitution. Anubhav Mantappa. It is said to be first parliament in the history of mankind. Prabhudeva, a great yogi, was the president and Lord Vasava was the prime minister. It is inspired Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. The difference between present day parliament and Anubhava Mantapa was that members were not elected but rather nominated by the higher authorities of the Mantapa. The necessary qualification was spiritual attainment. Next is Porpanki Kottai site. It is a Sangam age archaeological site in Pudukkottai district, Tamil Nadu. Over 355 antique, including a gold nose stud, hopscotch spouts, pieces of glass bangle and beads, a terracotta lamp, a coin, a spindle whorl, and a rubbing stone have been found here. Light detector and ranging lidar, a remote sensing method, has indicated that a fort has existed at this place. Kui language. In Odisha, cabinet recently commanded a proposal for inclusion of Kui language in the 8th schedule of Indian Constitution. Eighth schedule lists the official language of India. Kui is the southeastern Dravidian language spoken by the Khanda community in Odisha. It was also referred to as the Kuinga language during the historical period. Script Kui is traditionally written using the Odia script, which is also used for the Odia language. Next is Old Chikki script. It was created in 1925 by Raghunath Murmu from Odisha as a way to write Santhali language. It was created as a way to promote Santhali culture. Santhali language is spoken mainly in Jharkhand and West Bengal, in northern India and also in northwestern Bangladesh, eastern Nepal and Bhutan. Santhali is also written with the Latin, Odia, Bengali and Devanagari alphabets. Next is Santiniketan. It was the home of Nobel literate Rabindranath Tagore and it has been declared as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was a residential school and center for art based on ancient Indian tradition. In 1925, a World University was established at Santiniketan, later recognized as Vishwa Bharati. The chancellor is this university is the Prime Minister. UNESCO World Heritage Site. A World Heritage Site (WHS) is a landmark or area with legal protection by an international convention administered by UNESCO. Under the UNESCO World Heritage Convention established in 1972, there is three categories of such site: cultural, natural, and mixed. Statue of Oneness. Statue of Oneness of Adi Shankaracharya has been unveiled at Omkareshwar, Madhya Pradesh. Omkareshwar is the temple town located on Mandhata Island of Khandwa district. Adi Shankaracharya. He was born in Kerala's Kaladi, situated on the bank of Periyar River. He was proponent of Advaita Vedanta that teaches non-duality or the absence of separation between the subject and object. He wrote committees of Brahma Sutra, Upanishad, and Bhagavad Gita. Shankaracharya traveled across India engaging in philosophical debate and establishing four monastic center mathas in various parts of the country. Next is Kokbrok language. It is the language spoken by the Bruk people belonging to Tripura. It is also one of the state language of Tripura. The term Kok means Bharwal and Bruk means people or human. In it is a Sino-Tibetan language and can be traced back to 1st century AD, where the historical record of Tripuri king started to be written down in a book called Raj Ratnakar. Cookbrook got the written form in the year 1897 when Daulat Ahmad wrote the first Cookbrook grammar named Cook Cookboroma Ag Tripura व्याकरण ग्रामर राष्ट्रीय विज्ञान पुरस्कार Recently, a new set of national awards in the field of science knowledge as Rashtriya Vigyan Puruskar has been initiated. It would recognize the notable and inspiring contribution made by the scientists, technologists, and innovators. These will be awarded in four categories: Vigyan Ratna, Vigyan Shri, Vigyan Yuva Shanti, Swarup Bhatnagar, and Vigyan Team. It will be given in 13 domains like physics, chemistry, etc. All nominations received shall be placed before the Rashtriya Vigyan Puruskar Committee (RCPV) to be headed by Principal Scientific Advisor (PSA). Raman Magsays Award. It is Asia's premier prize and the highest honor celebrated the greatness of spirit and transformative leadership in Asia. It is generally awarded in six broad categories: government service, public service, community leadership, journalism, peace, and emergent leadership. It is presented in formal ceremonies in Maniali, Manila, Philippines on August 31st. Prominent Indian winners include Vinoba Bhave in 1958, Mother Teresa in 1962, Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay in 1966, Satyajit Ray in 1967, among others. Best Tourism Village. These were announced by the World Tourism Organization (UNWTO). The accolade recognizes villages that are leading the way in nurturing rural area and preserving landscape, cultural diversity, local values, and culinary tradition. In India, Dhodho in Gujarat and Madla in Madhya Pradesh has been identified as best tourism village. Dhodho is a giant salt marsh in Thar Desert and popular for tourism and the annual Ran Utsav. Malda is also known as the gateway of Panna National Park. UNWTO. It was established in 1975 for the promotion for responsible, sustainable, and universally accessible tourism. Its membership include 159 countries. It has General Assembly and an Executive Council. It is headquartered at Madrid, Spain. Toto language. It is a Sino-Tibetan language spoken by the tribal Toto people and is written in the Bengali script. It is spoken by barely 1600 people living in the part of West Bengal bordering Bhutan. A prominent community member, Dhaniram Todo, developed a script as recently as in 2015. Recently, Todo Sabda Sanghara, a dictionary, has been compiled for preserving the language and for putting its vocabulary in print. Yak Chupri. The Arunachal Pradesh Yak Chupri has been granted the GI tag. It is a dairy product made from the milk of indigenous Arunachali yak breed. These yak are primarily found in West Khemang and Tawang district of the state. Arunachali yak are also the only registered yak breed in India. It is reared by tribal yak pastoralists known as Borkpas and migrate along with their yak to higher reaches. Churpi is a naturally fermented dairy product and rich in protein content. It is often used as a vegetable substitute and is also incorporated into vegetable and meat curries and is commonly consumed with rice. Next is Pandit Maniram Sambhora Samaroh. Pandit Motiram Pandit Maniram Samaroh. The Department of Post, Ministry of Communication recently released a communicative postal stamp to make 50 years of Pandit Jasram's musical festival, Pandit Maniram Sangeet Samaroh. The music festival was started by Pandit Jasram in 1972 in the memory of his father Sangeet Ratan Pandit Motiram and his elder brother, the late Guru, and later his Guru, Sangeet Mahopadhyay Pandit Maniram. It is the oldest festival in Hyderabad. For this unique contribution, Pandit Jasraj was called Son of Hyderabad. Pandit Jasraj was an Indian classical vocalist belonging to Mewati Gharana musical apprentice- apprenticeship lineage. He took Indian classical music, Pushti Margya music, and Bhakti Pad of Vaishnav tradition to a greater height. Birwal Divas. Prime Minister recently addressed the program making 26th December as Veer Val Divas to mark the martyrdom of Guru Gobind Singh younger son Sahibzada Joravar Singh and Sahibzada Fateh Singh. In 1969, Guru Gobind Singh founded the Khalsa and raised an army perceived as a threat by the Mughal emperor and neighboring hill kings. Guru Gobind Singh's four sons were integral to the Khalsa and battle ensued in late 17th century. In 1704, the attack on Anandpur Sahib by Bilaspur King Bhim Chand and Handuria King Raja Hari Chand with Mughal support led to prolonged siege. In the historic battle of Chamkaur Sahib on December 22, Sahibzada Ajit Singh and Sahibzada Juhar Singh sacrificed his life. Baba Banda Singh Bahadur later avenged the execution of Sahibzada by attacking and capturing Sarahand. Next is Tansen Samaroh. Around 1300 100 tabla players were performed recently at International Tansen Samaroh entered the Guinness World Record for achieving the largest tabla ensemble. Tansen Samaroh is a tribute to Indian musical legend Sri Ramnatnu Mishra, famously known as Tansen. It is held every year in December in Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. It is a 5-day musical extra, extravaganza. It is organized jointly by Ustad Alauddin Khan Kala Evam Sangeet Academy and Department of Culture, Madhya Pradesh. Man Tansen, born as Ramtanu Mishra, was a prominent Indian classical music composer, musician, and vocalist known for a large number of compositions. Later, he became one of the Navratna's 9 jewels at the court of Mughal Emperor Jalaluddin Akbar. Akbar gave him the title Mian, and honorific meaning learned man. He invited the night raga Darwara Khanra, morning raga मियान की टोड़ी and midday raga मियान का sarang, seasonal raga मियान का malhar. His dis- his descendants and disciples are called Sannyas. Purana Dham. The Chief Minister of Bihar recently launched a 72 crore development plan for goddess Sita's birthplace at Purana Punora Dham in Sitamarhi. As part of the project, the government has built Sita Vatika, Lavkush Vatika, developed a Parikrama Path, and set up various convenience centers. Until recently, it was believed that Janki's Sant in Sitamarhi, which has a pound and other religious structures, was the birthplace of Sita, but a new research based on Valmiki Ramayana and some travelers' account ruled in favor of Punora Dham. नेक्स्ट बिगर सेक्शन इज सोसाइटी. आर्ट एंड कल्चर समाप्त हो गया, अब सोसाइटी शुरू होगा. एंड द फर्स्ट सेक्शन इज हेल्थ, इन विच फर्स्ट टॉपिक इज डिजिटल हेल्थ. डिजिटल हेल्थ refers to use of technology such as mobile devices, software application, and other digital tools to improve health and healthcare delivery. India's CoWIN, UNICEF, Rapido, and Family Connect etc. are few notable examples of digital health initiative. Digital health initiative in India. Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission ABDM to connect the digital health solution of hospitals across the country. CoWIN, it provided the technological backbone of India's COVID-19 vaccination program. Telemanas, telemental health assistance and networking across state. It provides free telemental health services including counseling, integrated medical and psychological intervention through video consultation. Nakshase 2.0 portal. It has enabled the community across the country to register the Nakshase Mitra and helped them in adopting TB patient in their preferred geography. Health Technology Assessment HTA. It provided evidence to decide the choice of technology for the best possible healthcare to address public health challenge. Next is Niti Aayog's State Health Index. The index measured a weighted score incorporating 24th health indicator under the three dominant. Pehla, the health outcome, neonatal mortality rate, total fertility rate, sex ratio at birth, etc. Governance and information, health infrastructure available, including promotion of functional 24/7 primary health care centers, etc. And third is key input and processes, average occupancy of chief medical officer, days taken for fund transfer, etc. The Arogya publishes the index of collaboration with the Union Health Ministry and World Bank. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has linked the index to incentivize under the National Health Mission. The index is an example of both competitive and cooperative federalism. Among large states, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Telangana has secured the top three positions, while Bihar, UP, and MP occupy the bottom three positions. Among smaller states, Tripura, Sikkim, and Goa has demonstrated best performance, while Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, and Manipur occupy the bottom 3 positions. Among UTs, Lakshadweep has secured the top position, while Delhi has been placed at the bottom. Next is Prohibition of Electronic Cigarette Act 2019. In light of e-cigarette being easily available online and at tobacco shopping despite a ban, the Union Health Minister has issued a public notice for stricter implementation of the Act. The Act defines electronic cigarette as an electronic device that hits a substance with or without nicotine and flavors to create an aerosol for inhalation. It prohibits any person from producing, manufacturing, importing, exporting, advertising, transporting, selling, or distributing electronic cigarette in India. Difference between e-cigarette and vape. E-cigarette are devices that look similar for traditional cigarettes. That look similar for to traditional cigarettes. They generally consist of one piece unit that is used until it runs out and then thrown away. Vapes are hugely popular device that consist of rechargeable battery and refillable tank. Vape can be used again and again while refilling it with a variety of e-liquid. Next topic is IIPS and NFHS. NFHS International Institute for Population Science (IIPS) serves as a regional institute for training and research in population studies for ESCAP regions. It is established in Mumbai in July 1956 as a joint sponsorship of Sir Dorab, Dorabji Tata Trust, the Government of India, and the United Nations. The institute is under the control of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare (MOHFW). The objective of IIPS include training in demography, undertaking scientific research on population problems, disem- disseminating demographic information, and providing technical guidance for the National Family Health Survey (NFHS). The MOHFW is also the nodal ministry of NFHS. Major highlight of NFHS 5: total fertility rate (TFR), an average number of child per woman has declined from 2.2 to 2.0 at the national level. Contraceptive prevalence rate (CPR) has increased from 54% to 67% in the country. Institutional birth has increased from 79% to 89% in India. Stunting has reduced from 38.4% to 35.5%. Wasting from 21% to 19.3%, and underweight prevalence is down from 35.8% to 32.1%. Stunting is defined as low weight for age, and wasting is defined as low weight for height. Women 15 to 49 years whose BMI is below normal has reduced from 22.9% to 18.7%. Next is Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Center (ABHWCs). Ayushman Bharat AB has launched to deliver a comprehensive range of services spanning preventive, promoting curative, rehabilitative, and preventive care. It has two components: Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana and Health and Wellness Center. Starting in 2018, ABHWCs aim to deliver comprehensive primary health care (CPHC), which is universal and free to use. ABHWCs provide free essential medicine and diagnostic services, teleconsultation, and health promotion. The Sub-Health Center (SHC), Primary Health Center (PHC), and Urban Primary Health Center (PUPHC) are to be transferred into Health and Wellness Center (HWCs). Next is anemia. Question related to anemia would be dropped from National Family Health Service (NFHS 6) because the doubt raised over the efficiency of the method being used. What is anemia? According to WHO, anemia is a condition in which number of red blood cell or the hemoglobin concentration within them is lower than normal. If there are too few RBCs, it results into fatigue, weakness, and dizziness, etc. The most common nutritional cause of anemia is iron deficiency. Inherited conditions such as sickle cell anemia or thalassemia affect the structure or function of red blood cell, leading to chronic anemia. As per NFHS 5, 57% A women age group between 15 to 49 years and 67% children between 5 to 59 months are anemic. Now the assessment of anemia would be shifted to diet and biomarkers survey in India DASB first. It was launched in 2022 to map diet, nutrition and health status and provide the correct estimate of anemia. Next is Universal Immunization Program. Launched in 1985, it is one of the largest public health programs targeting close to 2.67 crore newborn and 2.9 crore pregnant women annually. Under this, immunization is provided free of cost against 12 preventable disease, nationality against 9 disease, diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, polio, measles, rubella, severe form of childhood tuberculosis, hepatitis B, meningitis, and pneumonia caused by Haemophilus influenzae type B. Subnational against 3 diseases: retrovirus diarrhea, pneumococcal pneumonia, and Japanese encephalitis. A child is said to be fully immunized if children receive all due vaccine as per national immunization schedule within first year of child birth. Two major milestones of UIP: elimination of polio in 2014 and maternal and neonatal tetanus in 2015. Mission Indradhanush. It was launched in 2014 to increase the full immunization coverage of to child to 90%. Under this, the focus is on pockets of low immunization coverage. WHO report on tobacco center. WHO report on tobacco center. This report tracks the progress made by countries in tobacco control. In 2008, WHO had developed the Empower measures to help countries implement the demand reduction measures of the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. Since 2008, 5.6 billion people in the world, or 71% of the entire population, remain protected by at least one of the measures. 151 countries has implemented at least one Empower measures. Of the estimated 8.7 million tobacco-related deaths each year, 1.3 million are on non-smoker exposed to second-hand smoke. India has the largest level of achievement when it comes to putting health warning label on tobacco products and providing tobacco-dependent treatment. The cigarette packets in the country are also carry a toll-free number for the quit line. Empower measures include: M for monitor tobacco use and prevention policy, P for protect people from tobacco smoke, O for offer help to quit tobacco, W for warn about danger of tobacco, E for enforce ban on tobacco advertising, and R for rise tax on tobacco products. FCTC, WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, an international treaty adopted by the World Health Organization WHO in 2023. It is designed to address the global health risks associated with tobacco use and to provide a comprehensive framework for government and organizations to implement effective tobacco control policy and strategies. The FCTC recognizes that tobacco use is a major public health concern, causing numerous preventable death and illness worldwide. The FCTC operates as a legally binding treaty. Next is G20 हेल्थ मिनिस्टर मीटिंग. इसे हम लोग नेक्स्ट वीडियो लेक्चर में करेंगे. इससे यहीं पे समाप्त करते हैं. उम्मीद है आपको यह वीडियो पसंद आ रहा होगा. तो आप लोग कमेंट बॉक्स में जरूर बताएंगे आप इससे कितने लाभान्वित हो रहे हैं और आपको यह कैसा लग रहा है. वीडियो को लाइक करें और शेयर करें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा उन लोगों तक जो इस बार के 2024 के UPSC CSE देने वाले हैं और जिनका करंट अफेयर रिवीजन बहुत अच्छे से करना है. वो इसे ज़रूर से ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करें और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर करें. और वीडियो को जितना ज़्यादा बार देखेंगे आपका रिवीजन उतना ही अच्छा हो सकेगा और आप लोग उतना एग्जाम में उतना ही अच्छा परफॉर्म कर सकेंगे. तो मिलते हैं आपसे अगले वीडियो लेक्चर में. तब तक के लिए वीडियो को रिवाइज करें, 2-3 बार जरूर देखें ताकि आपका रिवीजन अच्छे से हो सके और क्वेश्चन जरूर लगाएं. प्रैक्टिस सेट करते रहें ताकि आपका रिवीजन अच्छे से हो सके. तो मिलते हैं आपसे अगले वीडियो लेक्चर में. तब तक के लिए जय हिंद, जय भारत. जय हिंद दोस्तों, फिर से आपका स्वागत है हमारे इस वाजीराम एंड रवि के प्रीलिम्स की रिवीजन सीरीज में, जिसमें लोग पार्ट 1 कर रहे हैं, जो मई 2023 से लेकर दिसंबर 2023 का पूरा एक क्विक रिवीजन है, जो यूपीएससी मेनली फोकस्ड है, जो 26 मई 2024 को होने वाला है। तो हम लोगों ने 2 वीडियो लेक्चर कर लिया था, या तीसरा वीडियो लेक्चर होगा, तो आप लोग इसे ध्यान से देखिएगा, और इसे जितना ज़्यादा बार रिवाइज कीजिएगा उतना ही अच्छा रहेगा आपके लिए, और आप लोग एग्जाम में उतना ही अच्छा परफॉर्म कर सकेंगे। बस आपसे ये अनुरोध है कि अगर आप लोग हमारे चैनल पर नए हैं और अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया, तो प्लीज़ इसे सब्सक्राइब करके सपोर्ट करें, क्योंकि आपके सपोर्ट से यहाँ प्रोत्साहन मिलता है और हम और अच्छे कंटेंट आपके लिए बना कर लाते हैं। या बायलिंगुअल होगा, तो आप लोग हिंदी या इंग्लिश कोई भी मीडियम रहे, तो उससे आपको फ़र्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं आज का हमारा वीडियो लेक्चर। आज का हमारा सेशन यहाँ से शुरू होने वाला है, जहाँ पे हम लोगों ने लास्ट वीडियो लेक्चर में छोड़ा था, वहीं से आज हम लोग इसे स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं। तो हमारा आज का शुरू होगा, तो आज का हमारा शुरू होने वाला है यहाँ से G20 हेल्थ मिनिस्टर्स मीटिंग से। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं। द कंसेंसस वाज रीच्ड ऑन सेटिंग up an R&D and manufacturing network for vaccine and for setting up a platform for making open source interoperable digital solutions readily available. Global Initiative Digital Health, a platform for sharing digital goods and knowledge, was also launched at the meeting. It has 4 pillars related to investment technologies, digital tool and knowledge sharing. Parties have also committed to negotiate a legally binding WHO Convention on Health Emergency Prevention, Preparedness and Response. The parties welcome the conclusion of the first call for proposal of the Pandemic Fund, Global Initiative on Digital Health (GIDH). Digital health refers to the use of technology such as mobile devices, software applications, and other digital tools to improve health and healthcare delivery. Basically, it is a multidisciplinary concept that includes concepts for an intersection between technology and healthcare. It is aimed at consolidating the evidence and amplifying recent and past gain in digital health while strengthening mutual accountability to enhance the impact of future investment. GIDH will be a WHO managed network of networks that will promote equitable access to digital health. Here, countries need tracker, resource optimization and alignment with country's priority. तो उसमें पहला है country needs tracker, country resource portal, then transformation toolbox, convincing and knowledge enhance, quality assured digital solution and strengthen local capacity. आइए नेक्स्ट न्यूज़ देखते हैं। एंटीबायोटिक resistance. A global study has suggested that air pollution is helping to drive a rise in antibiotic resistance. By 2050, antibiotic resistance could be raised by 17%, resulting in around 8.4 lakh annual premature death at current level of air pollution. In India, a 10% PM 2.5 increase could lead to a 2.5% rise in antibiotic resistance. When bacteria are exposed to antibiotics over time, they can develop a resistance to them. This means that the antibiotics are no longer effective at treating infections caused by these bacteria. This phenomena is called antimicrobial resistance. Initiative by India to deal with antibiotic resistance. National Action Plan on Antimicrobial Resistance 2017-21. It focused on governmental initiative concerning hand hygiene and sanitation program like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Kayakalp, etc. Rising public awareness regarding healthier and improved practices in food production, particularly within the animal food industry. Specific directives on antibiotic usage, restriction on over-the-counter access, and the prohibition or regulation of antibiotic usage for livestock growth promotion. Next is Medical Termination of Pregnancy (MTP) Act. The Indian Supreme Court denied a woman's request to terminate her 26-week pregnancy, stating that her situation did not align with the provision of the Medical Treatment of Pregnancy Act. The Medical Treatment of Pregnancy Act 1971. It was introduced to liberalize access to abortion, since the restrictive criminal prevention in the section 312 and 313 of IPC was leading to women using unsafe and dangerous method for termination of pregnancy. The act allowed termination of pregnancy by a medical practitioner in two stages. First, the termination of pregnancy up to 12 weeks from conception. The opinion of one doctor was required. Second is for pregnancy between 12 to 20 weeks old. The opinion of two doctors was required. In the second case, the doctor must determine if the continuation of pregnancy would involve a risk to the pregnant woman's life or the child would suffer physical or mental abnormalities. The NTP Amendment Act 2021. The law allowed it for termination under the opinion of one doctor for pregnancy up to 20 weeks. For pregnancy between 20 to 24 weeks, the amended law required the opinion of two doctors. The government had issued the new Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Rule 2021, which defined the situation that define eligibility criteria for termination of pregnancy up to 24 weeks. The Amended Act and the MTP Amendment Rule 2021 specified 7 categories of women survivor of sexual assault or rape or in caste minorities etc. who would be eligible for seeking termination of pregnancy for a period up to 24 weeks. After 24 weeks, a medical board must set up in approved facilities which may allow or deny termination of pregnancy only if there is substantial fetal abnormality. Next is Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. In 2021, the National Health Authority NHA introduced the scan and share service to expedite outpatient department ODP registration under the Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. आयुष्मान भारत डिजिटल मिशन क्या है? तो एम इसका लॉन्च्ड इन 2021 ड्यूरिंग द थर्ड एनिवर्सरी ऑफ आयुष्मान भारत पीएम जन आरोग्य योजना पीएम जय. ABDM will connect the digital health solution of hospital across the country with each other facilities. The digital ecosystem will always enable a host of other facilities like digital consultation, consent of patient in letting medical practitioner access their records via ABHA app, health registrar, etc. Implementing agency क्या है? तो NHA act as the implementing agency of the mission. Health facility registrar HFR is the core building block of ABDM that aims to serve as a single source for verified information on health facilities across the country. Health ID is a 14-digit number used for uniquely identified persons and authorization. The ABDM ecosystem. इसमें प्रोवाइडर में हो जाएगा हॉस्पिटल एंड क्लिनिक, लैब एंड फार्मास्यूटिकल्स. एलाइड प्राइवेट एंटिटीज में हो जाएगा इंश्योरर एंड हेल्थ टेक कंप्लायंस. हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेशनल में हो जाएगा डॉक्टर, मॉडर्न मेडिसिन और आयुष, अदर प्रैक्टिशनर्स. थर्ड सेक्टर में हो जाएगा एसोसिएशंस एंड डेवलपमेंट पार्टनर्स NGOs. एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर में हो जाएगा प्रोग्राम मैनेजर, रेगुलेटर्स और पॉलिसी मेकर में हो जाएगा सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट एंड स्टेट गवर्नमेंट. नेक्स्ट इज स्पेस 2023 initiative. WHO SPECS 2023 envision a world in which everyone who need a refractive error intervention, vision impairment have access to equality, affordable and people-centered refractive error service. In recognition of large unmet need for care, coupled with the fact a highly cost-effective intervention exists, that is spectacles, who WHO member states endorsed the first ever global target for refractive error at the 47th World Health Assembly 2021. Especially the global target is a 40 percentage point increase in effective coverage of refractive error by 2023. In India, where over 100 million people may lack access to eye care and glasses, space 2023 can bring positive change. रिफ्रैक्टिव एरर क्या है? तो इसे देखते हैं. नॉर्मल आई ऐसा है, लाइट रे फोकस ऑन द रेटिना. मायोपिया में द लाइट रे फोकस इन फ्रंट ऑफ द रेटिना. एस्टिग्मेटिज्म में लाइट रेज फोकस ऑन मोर देन वन पॉइंट, अनइक्वल रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ लाइट इन डिफरेंट मीडियम. And what is hypermyopia? So light rays focus behind the retina. Next is Havana syndrome. It refers to a set of mental health syndrome, sleeplessness, headaches, neurological conditions that are said to be experienced by U.S. intelligence and embassy officials in various countries. The National Academy of Science has outlined the reason for this syndrome: pulses pulse-directed microwave that damage or interfere with the nervous system. In India, the first such case was reported in September 2021 when a US intelligence officer traveled to New Delhi with CIA director reported symptoms of Havana syndrome. Fixed dose combination FDC. The Union Health Ministry has recently banned 14 FDCs citing lack of therapeutic justification. FDC are combination of two or more active drug in a single dose form. The FDC formulation have unique advantages such as complementary mechanism of action, synergetic effects, better tolerability, elongated product life cycle management, and cost saving. At the same time, there might be increased change of exposing patient to unnecessary risk of adverse drug reaction. National Medical Commission. The NMC was constituted in 2020 through the National Medical Commission Act 2019. It regulates medical education and medical professionals in India and has replaced the Medical Council of India (MIC). It has four autonomous boards for undergraduate and postgraduate medical education, medical assessment and rating, ethics, and medical registration. Recently, it has put on hold the regulations that make it mandatory for doctors to prescribe generic drug because of concern regarding quality. Draft guidelines for a school to prevent suicide. The Union Minister of Education had released draft guidelines titled Ummeed, Understand, Motivate, Manage, Empathize, Empower, Develop to prevent student suicide in a school. Suicide was decriminalized in India by the Mental Healthcare Act 2017. Pyrola and JN1 COVID-19 variant. The world is facing another wave of COVID-19 infection as a new variant called Pyrola or BR2.86 spread rapidly across the globe, predominantly circulating in the UK and US. The WHO has classified JN1 subvariant of COVID-19 as a variant of interest, distinct from its patient lineage. JN1 was first detected in the United States in September 2023. It seems to be spreading faster than other circulating Omicron subvariant like BA.5, but not as severe as previous Omicron variant. It contains an additional spike protein mutation, L455S, which might increase its ability to evade the immune system. About Pirola variant BA2.86, named after a large asteroid that hangs out near Jupiter. Pirola is an Omicron subvariant that causes great concern because it has been found to contain a large number of genetic mutations. It is designed by WHO as a variant under monitoring because of more than 30 mutations it carries on the critical spike protein, the protein that attached with receptors on human cell to enter the body. Transmissibility. The disease is more common in females than males and mainly affect old age people over 60 years of age. Metotrasis MTS and its detection. Phi-Psi-Au, a highly fluorescent material containing phosphine, cytine, and gold, has been developed for detecting overdose of toxic anti-cancer drug MTS, which can be used as a visual sensing platform. Phosphorine is a two-dimensional material composed of phosphorus atoms, and it is primarily studied for its electronic and optoelectronic properties. Cytine is a non-essential amino acid, meaning the body can synthesize it. It is essential for the proper folding and stability of many proteins, including enzymes and structural protein. Gold monoparticles are being exposed for cancer treatment and medical imaging technique like CT scan as they absorb X-ray and enhance tissue visibility. Methotrexate (MTX) application. It is commonly used in chemotherapy to treat certain type of cancer, including leukemia, lymphoma, and breast cancer. Administration of MTX in body. Method Methotrexate can be taken orally for or administered by injection depending on the specific condition being treated. Side effects. The MTX value of more than 100 μm in blood plasma is hazardous. Precautions. Regular monitoring of blood count and liver function is often necessary during methotrexate treatment, and folic acid supplementation is often prescribed alongside methotrexate to help mitigate some of its side effects. Pompe disease. Recently, India's first patient diagnosed with the Pompe disease died. Pompe disease, also known as glycogen storage disease type 2, is an autosomal recessive disease, meaning that it occurs when a person inherits two copies of an abnormal gene, one from each parent, responsible for producing the enzyme acid alpha glucosidase GAA. It is a rare inherited disorder that affects one child per billion. It affects male and female equally. How does Pompe disease occur? Mutation in GAA gene. Normally, the GAA gene provides instruction for producing an enzyme called acid alpha glucoside, also known as acid maltase. Acid alpha glucoside normally break down glucogen into a simpler sugar called glucose, which is the main energy source for most cells. Mutation in GAA gene prevent acid alpha glucosidase from breaking down glucogen effectively, which allows this sugar to build up to toxic level in lysosome. This building up damages organ and tissue throughout the body, particularly the muscles, leading to the progressive sign and symptom of Pompe disease. Treatment. The treatment include enzyme replacement therapy (ERT), where a synthetic form of missing enzyme recombinant human acid alpha glucoside it administered intravenously. ERT aim to reduce the accumulation of glucogen in tissues and alleviate syndromes. DRESS syndrome. Recently, the Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission (IPC) has issued a drug safety alert for doctors and patients about the use of painkiller meftal containing mefenamic acid that can lead to drug reaction with eosinophilia and systematic syndrome. DRESS syndrome. Eosinophilia refers to increased level of a specific white blood cell. About DRESS syndrome, it is a potentially serious drug reaction to certain medication. It affects multiple organ and system throughout body. It is sometimes referred to as DIHS, drug induced hypersensitive syndrome. Causes. Contain medication, mostly antibiotics, anticonvulsant and antiviral. Symptoms क्या है तो fever, skin rash, lymphadenopathy, hematological abnormalities. Treatment. Immediate discontinuation of adverse medication and supportive care with medication like corticosteroid. Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission (IPC), headquartered in Ghaziabad, UP. IPC was founded in 2009. The IPC is an autonomous institution in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. It Its mandate is to set a standard for all drugs that are manufactured, sold, and consumed in India. The IPC's responsibility include formulation, active pharmaceutical ingredients, API, vaccine, and medical devices. It promotes rational use of generic medicine by publishing National Formulae of India. Norovirus. The UK has seen a steady rise in norovirus case, a highly contagious gastro- gastrointestinal illness caused by contain, contaminated food or water, person-to-person contact, or and aerosols. Outbreaks usually occur in colder months and cause syndrome like vomiting, diarrhea, nausea, fever, stomach cramp, and headache. Treatment is not available, but maintaining hydration during the acute phase is crucial. Frontotemporal dementia (FTD). The researchers identified a protein named TAF15 present in the brain of patients suffering from frontotemporal dementia (FTD). FTD is an uncommon type of dementia that causes problems with behavior and language. Dementia is the name of problem with mental ability caused by gradual changes and damage in the brain. Frontotemporal dementia (FTD) is a group of brain disorders that primarily affect the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain, leading to progressive damage and decline in function. It is a relatively rare but devastating condition, typically affecting individuals between the age of 40 and 65, although younger and older individuals can also be affected. The cause of FTD is unknown, but researchers have linked certain subtypes of FTD to mutations in several genes. Symptoms include change in personality and behavior, language difficulties, difficulty in speaking, understanding speech, writing, finding words, name object, memory problem, and movement problem. Treatment. There is currently no cure for FTD, but there are treatments that can help control some of the symptoms, possibly for several years, which include speech therapy, occupational therapy, and behavioral therapy with emotional support can help address function decline and communication difficulties. Noma disease. The World Health Organization (WHO) has added one of the world's most under-recognized health challenges. Noma is its official list of neglected tropical disease (NTD). Noma disease, also called as Cancumoris or gangrenous stomatis. Several gangrenous disease of the mouth and face with a 90% mortality rate, named Noma from Greek nomi, meaning to devour, caused by malnutrition, poor sanitation, and inadequate oral hygiene. Symptoms may start with non-specific symptoms like fever, malaise, and general unclear progresses to extensive tissue destruction, especially in the face. Affected age mainly affect children age 6 to 6 to 6, prevalent in impoverished communities. Treatment involve improving nutrition, promoting oral hygiene, and surgical procedures to remove necrotic tissues and reconstruct affected area. Neglected tropical disease (NTDs) क्या है तो देख लेते हैं. They are a group of infectious diseases that predominantly affect populations in tropical and subtropical regions, particularly in lower income countries. The term neglected reflects to the historical neglect in terms of research, funding, and public health effect for this condition. The term neglected tropical disease encompasses a diverse group of diseases caused by bacteria, parasites, virus, and other pathogens. Examples include diseases like lymphatic filariasis, river blindness, schistosomiasis, transmitted helminthitis, trachoma, and others. WHO new roadmap for 2021 to 2030 to prevent, control, eliminate, and eradicate a set of 20 diseases termed NTDs by 2030. Nematocytes. Recent research on nematocytes had identified venom, peptide, and potential Therapeutic properties include potential for pain relievance, anti-cancer drug, and neurodegenerative disease treatment. Nematocytes Nematocytes are fascinating microscopic stringer found in Synandrian, a group of marine invertebrates that include jellyfish, anemones, cereals, and hydras. These tiny capsule-like act like harpoons, delivering a venomous punch to capture prey or defend against predators. The outer shell, made of chitin, contains a tightly coiled hollow threads. Functioning of nematocytes stimulates and trigger nematocytes response to touch pressure or chemical signals, triggering a rapid discharge when potential prey or threats contact that condicoil. Rapid discharge. The trigger initiates the rapid inversion and forceful ejection of the coiled tubule from the nematocyte's capsule. Penetration and injection. Nematocytes can penetrate prey's skin, injecting toxic or bribes from the tubule upon contact. Hunting. Nematocytes help Synandrian immobilize prey like plankton or small fish, making them easier to grab and consume. Defense. Nematocytes act as a powerful deterrent against predator, causing pain, paralysis, or even death in some cases to discourage attackers. Application of nematocydes: drug development, gene therapy, tissue engineering, biotechnology, toxin research, aquatic environment monitoring, and inspiration for robotics. नेक्स्ट इज एजुकेशन. उसमें पहला है नेशनल करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क NCF. द नेशनल करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क NCF was released recently. NCF aimed to bring about a paradigm shift in education with focus on holistic development of children, emphasizes on skilling vital role of teacher learning in mother tongue, cultural rootedness. It is important to note that NEP 2020 and the NCF based on the education policy are not binding on the states. The final revised version of the NCF mandate teaching of 3 languages, including 2 Indian languages in class 9-10 and 2 languages including 1 Indian language in class 11-12. National Curriculum Framework for School Education NCFSE. Holding the class 12th board exam twice a year, a student can appear for a board exam in subjects they have completed and feel ready for. So far, a student from class 9 to 12 studied 5 mandatory subjects with an option of adding 1 more subject. Now, number of mandatory subjects for class 9 and 10 is 7 and it's 6 for class 11 and 12. It mandates compulsory instruction of 3 languages up to class 10. In class 11 and 12, student will have to study 2 languages. It offers students the freedom to pursue a mix of science and humanities to reduce the rigid boundaries separating arts, commerce, and science. In class 11-12 across school boards. For class 6 to 8, 20% content would be from the local level for the school science curriculum, 30% content would be from the regional level, and 30% would be from national level, and 20% content would be global. Performance Grading Index PGI for school education. Recently, the Union Minister of Education released a report on Performance Grading Index 2.0 for states and UTs and PGI for districts for the year 2021 and 22. PGI was first released for the year 2017 and 18, and so far it has been released up to the year 2020 and 2021. It assesses the performance of a school education system at the state UT level by creating an index for comprehensive analysis. PG 2.0 for 21 and 22 classified the state UT in 10 grades via highest achievable grade in Daksh, then Utkarsh, Ati Uttam, Uttam, Prachesta 1, 2 and 3, Akanshi 1, 2 and 3 lowest grade. यहाँ पे कैटेगरी दिया हुआ है. Categories, domain, indicator and total weight. First is outcome, learning outcome and quality LO. indicator is 12 and total weightage is 2240. Next is axis. It has indicator 7 and total weight 80. अगला इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एंड फैसिलिटीज IF, इंडिकेटर 15 और वेटेज 190. इक्विटी, इंडिकेटर 16 और वेटेज 260. नेक्स्ट इज गवर्नेंस मैनेजमेंट, गवर्नेंस प्रोग्रेस GP, इंडिकेटर 15 और वेटेज 130. अगला है टीचर एजुकेशन एंड ट्रेनिंग ITE&T, इंडिकेटर 8 और वेटेज 100. टोटल हो गया 1000 टोटल वेटेज. Next is National Institutional Rank Framework NIRF. The NIRF has announced the India ranking 23 of higher education institution HEIs. The NIRF was launched by the Ministry of Education in 2015. It outlined a mandatory to rank HEIs across the country. NIRF rank best institutions across 13 categories like engineering, medical, management, law, dental, etc. Overall ranking, the IIT Madras remained the best educational institution in overall ranking for the 5th consecutive term. Best university, the Indian Institute of Science IISc Bangalore ranked as the best university in the country for 8 years in a row. Best college, Miranda House, Delhi is ranked as the best college for the 7th consecutive year. First is teaching, learning and resource. Second is research and professional practice. Third is graduation outcome. Fourth one is outreach and inclusive. Fifth one is perception. Next topic, deemed to be university. The National Council of Education, Research and Training NCERT has been granted the deemed to be university status by the Ministry of Education. With the status of a deemed university, NCERT will offer its own graduate, postgraduate and doctorate degrees. The NCERT is an autonomous organization set up in 1961 by the Government of India under the Societies Registration Act 1860. The NCERT is an implementation agency for bilateral cultural exchange program with other countries in the field of school education. A university in India is recognized by the University Grant Commission UGC, which draw its power from the UGC Act 1956. A deemed university or deemed to be university is an credential granted to higher education institution HEIs in India. Currently, the UGC lists around 130 institutes that have deemed university status. According to this list, the first institute to be given deemed university status was the Indian Institute of Science in 1958, and Tamil Nadu has the most deemed universities, 28. यहाँ पे यूनिवर्सिटी इन इंडिया देख लेते हैं, पब्लिक, प्राइवेट एंड डीम्ड. पब्लिक में क्या है तो सेंट्रल एस्टैब्लिश्ड एन एक्ट ऑफ पार्लियामेंट एंड सपोर्टेड बाय GOI. स्टेट एस्टैब्लिश्ड बाय एन एक्ट ऑफ स्टेट लेजिस्लेटर एंड सपोर्टेड बाय द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट. नेक्स्ट इज प्राइवेट, established by an act of the state legislature and supported by various bodies and societies. Deemed क्या है तो designated by the central government on the advice of the UGC, enjoys autonomous in various aspects of higher education. Next topic, automated permanent academic account registrar APAAR. APAAR is a part of One Nation One Student ID initiative streaming for the NEP 2020. With the APAAR ID, student would be able to store all their certificates and credits, whether they come from formal education or informal learning. If the student changes school, whether within the state or to another state, all related data in the academic bank of credit get transferred to the new school just by sharing the APAAD ID. What is APAAD? What is APAR ID? It envisioned as a special ID system for all students in India starting from childhood. Under the initiative, each student would get a lifelong APAAR ID, making it easier for the learner, school and government to track academic progress from the pre-primary education to higher education. APAAR would also serve as a gateway to DigiLocker. DigiLocker is a digital system where a student can store their important documents and achievements, such as exam result and report cards. Next is Saksham Learning Management Information System LMIS. Saksham, which stands for Stimulating Advanced Knowledge for Sustainable Health Management, is a learning management information system LMIS launched by the Union Health Minister of India. It was developed by the National Institute of Health and Family Welfare NIHFW. Key features of Saksham Unified Platform: provide online training and medical education to all health professionals in India from primary health center in rural areas to tertiary care and corporate hospital in metropolitan cities. Inclusive capacity building: ensure accessible and equitable learning opportunities for all health professionals regardless of their location or background. Digital learning: offer a comprehensive range of online courses, modules, and resources on various health topics. Flexibility allows learners to access courses at their own pace and convenience. Tracking and monitoring: provide insights into learner progress and course completion rate. Credentials: offer CME continuing medical education credit for completing course. Next topic: accreditation of higher education institute. Radhakrishnan committee set up by Ministry of Education report on accreditation of higher education institution has been made public. Education institution and accreditation assessment is a performance evaluation of an institution and its unit and is accomplished through a process based on self-study and peer review using defined criteria. Accreditation refers to the certification given by NAAC which is valid for a period of 5 years. This rating of institution range from A++ to C. If an institution is graded D, it means it is not accredited. At present, the assessment and accreditation by NCC is done on a vocabulary basis. Institution framework for a higher education ecosystem in India. Body and function: University Grant Commission UGC, established in 1953 and became a statutory organization by a Parliament Act in 1956. एम इसका क्या है तो coordinate, determine and maintain the standard of teaching, examination, research in university education. National Medical Commission NMC, established through the National Medical Commission Act 2019, which succeeded the Medical Course of India. एम इसका क्या है तो टू इम्प्रूव एक्सेस टू क्वालिटी एंड अफोर्डेबल मेडिकल एजुकेशन, टू इंश्योर द अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ adequate and higher quality medical professional in all part of the country. All India Council for Technical Education AICTE, national level apex advisory body for technical education in accordance with the provision of AICTE Act 1987. Objective क्या है तो promoting of quality in technical education, planning and coordinated development of technical education system. Next is Bar Council of India BCI, a statutory body to regulate and represent the Indian Bar Association. It also sets standard for legal education and grant recognition to universities. Accreditation body, National Body of Accreditation NBA, established by AICTE. National Assessment and Accreditation Council NAAC, established by UGC. National Institution Ranking Framework NIRF, started in 2015 by Ministry of Education. Recommendation by Dr. K. Radhakrishnan Committee. The committee has recommended that IITs should be brought under the ambit of NAC. Currently, IITs follow their internal system for periodic peer evaluation and assessment program. Binary accreditation system. The NAAC is proposing a new accreditation system that would replace the current 8-point grading system. The new system would classify institutes as either accredited or non-accredited based on their data submission and verification by expert team during campus visit. A separate category awaiting accreditation would cover institutes close to threshold level. The committee also progresses a mechanism of crowdsourcing to reduce the reliance on expert inspection. This would involve a carefully chosen audience, including student, faculties, staff, alumni, and official visitors, including a selection committee member and a student employee. National Accreditation Council NAAC. The Radhakrishnan Committee proposes a single overreaching agency for accrediting institute and courses. The National Accreditation Council (NAC) which also include the National Institution Ranking Framework (NIRF), and the transition to the proposed accreditation regime should occur by December 2023. Accreditation of a school. India lacks of official mandate for frequent school evaluation by the NEP 2020 proposed an effective accrediting system for all education levels, requiring a State Council of Education, Research and Training to create a separate framework. Next is Ayush Anushandhan National Research Foundation NRF Act 2023. The Anushandhan National Research Foundation Bill 2023 received the assessment of the President. It aimed to set up the Anushandhan National Research Foundation (NRF), which will be an apex body to provide high-level strategic direction to scientific research in the country as per recommendation of the NEP. It seeks to set up rupees 50,000 crore fund with a sizable contribution from the private sector to seed, grow and promote research and development (R&D) and foster a culture of research and innovation throughout Indian universities, college research institutions and R&D laboratories. It seeks to set up different funds. Anushandhan National Research Foundation Fund for the financing of activities under the Act. Innovation Fund for supporting outstanding creativity in the area supported by Foundation. Science and Engineering Research Fund for the continuation of the project and program initiated under the Science and Engineering Research Board Act 2028. One or more special purpose fund for any specific project or research. Structure of NRF. It will have a governing board consisting of 15 to 25 eminent research and professionals headed by Prime Minister, who will be the ex officio president. The Education Ministry and the Science and Technology Minister will be the vice president of the NRF. The Department of Science and Technology (DST) will be administrative department of NRF. The proposed foundation will also have an executive council under the principal scientific advisor. Next is Malivya Mission Teachers Training Program (MMTP). The Union Minister of Education and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship recently launched the Malivya Mission Teacher Training Program by the University Grant Commission at Kausal Bhavan, New Delhi. About Malivya Mission, the aim to provide tailored training program for teachers in Higher Education Institute (HEI). It will ensure continuous professional development and help in building capacities of 15 lakh teachers of HEI through 111 Malivya Mission Center across India in a time-bounded manner. It aims to improve the quality of teachers' training, building leadership skill in teachers, and help realize the goal of NEP. The capacity building under this mission will be mapped to the credit framework to ensure career progression pathway for educators. The Indian knowledge system has been included in the modules of the program. Human Resource Development Centers to be revamped and known as Madan Mohan Malviya Teacher Training Center. Key factor about Madan Mohan Malviya. He was an Indian educationist, a freedom fighter and moderate leader. He was elected as the President of Indian National Congress for 4 times. He attended the Round Table Conference in 1931. He founded the Hindu Mahasabha in 1906. As an educationist, he founded Banaras Hindu University (BHU) at Varanasi in 1916, which was created under BHU Act 1915. He was Vice Chancellor of Banaras Hindu University for 1919 to 1938. Next is Digital Infrastructure for Knowledge Sharing, Diksha Platform. The National E-Governance Division (NEGD) under the Ministry of Education, Electronics and Information Technology (MAITRI) is set to integrate professionalized adaptive learning PAL into its existing digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing Diksha Platform. Diksha Platform. It is a national platform for school education and initiative of NCERT Ministry of Education. It provides e-content for schools via an online portal and a mobile application via QR code. It was developed based on the core principle of open architecture, open access, open licensing, choice, and autonomy. It is built on open source technology. This is made in India and for India. National E-Governance Division. It was created by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology as an independent business division under the Digital India Corporation. It has developed and is managing several national public digital platforms such as DigiLocker, Umang Rapid Assessment System, OpenForge, API Setu, Posha, Potion Tracker, Academic Bank of Credit, etc. दैट्स इट फॉर टुडे। आज के लिए इतना ही रहने देते हैं। नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम लोग इसके आगे से साथी पोर्टल से शुरू करेंगे। तो बस आपसे ये अनुरोध है कि अगर आप लोग हमारे चैनल पे नए हैं, इफ़ यू आर न्यू टू आवर चैनल देन प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल, एंड इफ़ यू आर old to our channel then continue watching this. We have already uploaded 2 videos, and go to playlist and watch all the previous videos, and wait for the next upcoming videos. So till then, revise our videos as much as possible so that you can perform well in examination and you will feel ease in current affair for the prelims 2024. So see you in the next video. Bye bye, goodbye, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.